Morning, kids. It's Friday, the 3rd of August, 2018. Welcome to this morning. Slightly later, United Kingdom talk. There is a reason for that. Of course, if you're on my Facebook wall, if you're on my Facebook, I'm on Facebook, it's facebook.com/Chris Redding UK, you will know why we're late. You need to pay full attention to what's going on around you, my dears. Now, listen, I've closed the curtains in here now, all right? Because it seems to have cut down a little bit on the glare on my face. I am noticing that I'm shining a bit, boys and girls. That's probably because it's so blooming hot in here. Oh, God. Heat is building. Heat is building. Have you ever been to hell? Yes, not. I don't mean when you were married or going out with the wrong person and putting up with it for ages and ages. I don't mean. Have you actually been to real hell? Because according to the Daily Mirror this morning, look at this. Look at this. The fabulous headline. Fabulous headline. Europe weather. Continent to become hell on earth as it braces for the hottest day ever. In 50 degrees centigrade heat wave. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Yes, indeed. The Met Office say temperatures will... They do have some very strange presenters on the Met Office. Now, they seem to be providing now... They're not the ones on the BBC now, you see. They seem to be providing little videos for newspapers when they start talking about the weather. And they said very, very strange-looking people on there, I have to say. Europe is to become hell on earth as the extreme heat... Sorry about that, I've got itchy ear this way. As the extreme heat wave I've already called off this morning, there's a clue to why we're late. I've already clued off. Called off, that's the correct word, yes. Europe has become hell on earth as the extreme heat wave threatens to bring the continent's hottest ever day. Oh yes, British people travelling to Spain, my advice, don't. It's too hot. You will suffer if you go to Spain today. I wouldn't go. Honestly, cancel it. Take the money loss and just cancel it. It's bad enough here. Britons travelling to Spain and Portugal have been warned temperatures could reach a staggering 50 degrees centigrade today, the hottest temperature ever recorded in continental Europe. While Britain temperatures will reach 32 degrees in some areas of the UK, and forecasters say there's a 30% chance that temperatures will top 30 degrees over the weekend. Now that's hot enough for me. 30 centigrade, I don't know, 90-ish Fahrenheit, that's enough for me. 50, I honestly, I don't know what I'd do. I really don't know what I'd do. Met Office forecaster Richard Miles said 48 degrees centigrade is the most realistic maximum temperature in inland Spain and Portugal, but there is a chance it could be hotter. People on holidays should be very careful in the heat. And no doubt there will once again be stupid people laying out. It's just, you couldn't make it up, could you? Laying out in the sun under that heat. I don't get it. Warm continental air will move to Britain. You see, this is how they should do the weather. It's all very perfect, isn't it? Old Thomas Schnackanaga, whatever his name is. And you've got Ben as well, pretty boy Ben. Some of the lovely girls on there doing the weather. And it's all a bit prim and proper, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Why can't we have a laugh with the weather? Was it Channel 5 or someone who used to do the weather in Norwegian? Or with topless women or something like that? Didn't someone used to do the weather with topless women or something like that? That was probably in Italy or somewhere like that, eh? It's 3 times I said somewhere like that then. 4 times now in the space of 1 minute. Unbelievable. The Met Office says Monday or Tuesday could beat July's 35 degrees heat, 35.3 at Faversham in Kent, which could make it Britain's hottest day for 3 years since the 1st of July 2015, when 36.7 was measured at Heathrow. So Heathrow's just down the road from my house in Bracknell. That's not far at all. So we would be close to that there. So I mean, I wouldn't go to. You must be mad to go to Spain at the moment. You really must. But there you go. Be very careful, okay? I'm late this morning. You've noticed I haven't been shaving. I think I saw Claire put a little picture there, who quite likes the unshaven look. It wasn't intentional. For some reason, So I have a shave on a Monday night before I go to work, right? I go to work, and then I drive up here to Lincolnshire, where I am now, at Chapel Marina, that's behind me there, okay? And then I don't shave until Friday, just before I leave to go to work from here. I don't know why I've done that, but Claire's quite liking the rough and ready look. Shall I leave it tonight, Claire? What do you reckon? Shall I leave this tonight? Do you want to come and touch my chin tonight, Claire? Shall I leave it for you to touch? I mean, people do like to touch me as I'm walking around. I have noted that. Huh? Would you want me to leave it for you to touch today? Huh? So I haven't been having a shower. Now, the reason I'm later today, I had an early morning swim today. It was fantastic. I have to tell you, I woke up at about 7:15 and I thought, shall I do an earlier show or shall I go swimming? And I've been wanting to go to this place in Woodhall Spa called Jubilee Park. It's a Lido. It's an outdoor pool, but the only adults-only session where you get to swim rather than muck around in the pool is between 6:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. in the morning. That's the only times that it's adults only. The rest of the time you can go, but there's people playing, and of course children, you know, who want to go out and have a little bit of a laugh in the pool as well. You're allowed in there then, but they have an adults only 6:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. So I woke up at it was about 7:10. I jumped out of bed, I had my breakfast, I had a cup of tea, and I thought, you know what, I'll go for that swim. And I jumped in my car. It's about 15 minutes down the road. I go along the river. It's such a beautiful drive here. I can't even capture in pictures how beautiful the drive is from here, leaving the caravan site that I'm on to go along the river. Either way, there's a river that way. There's one that way, but you can't see it quite so well. So I got there around about 8:15. Lovely lady on the desk says, and it's all very different to London. Oh yes. So I've given her, how much is that, please? £5.50, which is about right. You know, I suppose that's about right as far as swimming pool goes. I said, do I need a coin for the locker? She said, oh no, we operate a free basket here. It's up to you what you want to do. You can give me your clothes when you've changed. We put them in a basket and hang them up. There's no charge for that. Oh, not even £1? No, nothing. Or she says, just put them back in your bag and leave them on the side of the pool and they'll be fine there. Well, you couldn't do that in Hackney, could you? Eh? Christ! All the locusts to be gathering around to steal my little underwear and bits and pieces like that, my socks. So that's what I did. I went in and I went into my skimpy shorts. I'm sorry, I know there's no, I haven't got a video of that for you, I'm afraid. I know you're disappointed. Incidentally, I've got 2 videos to show you today, so don't go away, okay? And I put my clothes on the side. And do you know, it was quite busy, actually. It was now about 8:15 in the morning, and all older people, probably 50 plus, I would say. There wasn't anyone young in there at all, except for 2 delightful girls that were constantly walking around the pool, you know, with the rubber rings under their arms, in case anyone got into difficulties. Now, what the pool itself is, I would say, twice as long as the one that I normally go in the Living Well in Bracknell. So it's quite a long pool. So I usually do 60 lengths, and I thought, right, well, I'll do 30, and that I do. And when I started, I thought maybe I should do more than 30. But actually, I started at 8:15, and I got to 9 o'clock, and I'd done about 32 or 34. So it's definitely twice as long. A bit difficult to judge with the distance. And I went in the slow lane. You know, there was no one in that lane at first, so I went in there and a lady joined me in that side, and you swim round in a circle. And we were swimming at roughly the same speed, so that worked out very well. And the water was lovely and warm. You didn't like get in, like that. No, not at all. You just simply got in. It's 29 degrees in that Lido. And let me tell you, oh God, it's so beautiful being able to be outside in a swimming pool. The sun is hitting you as you're going up and down. Unfortunately, it kept hitting the side of my eye. And I'm swimming like this. Like that. I'm trying to keep the sun out of my eye. But it's just beautiful to be able to do that. And this place is just down the road. Really. Fantastic. So I had my swim, got out. Probably, I would say, more basic showering and changing facilities than the one I'm used to. For example, they don't supply towels or shower gel or anything like that. You've got to bring all that yourself, but that's fine. So I had a shower, jumped in my car, came back here, and here I am talking to you. So good morning. What a lovely time I've had. Right, I've got a couple of videos to show you. After yesterday's show, I also did exercise yesterday. I bike rided to my sister. I was on my way to my sister's, and I took a different route this time. The route along by the river that goes, it kind of goes all the way along by the river, and it's a cycle route, okay? That takes about 55 minutes, I suppose. My sister suggested I take the same route as the car, which would be, she reckons, would be a little bit less, you know, a little bit shorter in time. So I did. So you come along part of the river, and then you turn onto the main road. There is a path along quite a lot of the main road, but not all of it. But quite frankly, not a pleasant experience, because the only thing is, in the country, all these single lanes, they're all like, the speed limit is 60, and they all do it. I don't, I must say, and I think I'm starting to piss off some of the locals with the speed that I go. I mean, you've got these sharp corners coming up, and I have to slow down. I'm sorry. Others, they go tearing round these corners, just asking for trouble. I'm sure they have more accidents here than you ever do on a motorway somewhere. But yeah, some of these roads are a bit narrow, and I do think people are going too fast down them, but that's only me. So I cycled, I took the road route to my sister's. Well, I didn't quite get to my sister's. And not a pleasant experience. Even when you're on the path, you get this great big articulated lorry comes past, and all the dust blows up in your face. Christ! And so not good. So I got there, and I got as far as my niece's hairdressers, because I have to go past her house to go to my sister. I thought I'll have a little break here. I was nearly there, but I thought I'd just stop here to say hello to my niece, and I went in. And my nephew's wife was in there, Stacey. She was having her hair done. They had a colour chart out. She wanted her hair coloured. I don't know why people have their hair coloured, but there you go. I mean, it's not grey. Perfectly all right over there, but she wants it a different colour. So they got this chart out, and there's all these different colours, you know, mainly kind of blacks and browns, slight reds, and there it was in the corner. Yellow. And I said, that's the one, get the yellow. She wouldn't have it done. How boring is she? Or green. I think the correct title was ash green. How fabulous that would be. Ash green. I think she should have gone with the yellow or the bright red. Right in the corner there were only three colours like that. There was bright red, bright yellow. Is there any yellow in here? I haven't got any yellow in here at all, have I? No. I mean, it really was bright yellow. Or ash green, which wasn't too much of it's more of a green like that tree there, that sort of green. No, she went for a slightly different shade. Oh, how boring is she? What's the point in having that done? You know, go for a pink, dear. Nice bright yellow. No, didn't want that one. So she starts having her hair done, at which point my sister walks in with all the children. George, Emily, Evie, Harry, they're all there. Olivia was there as well in the pram, and baby James, who was leaving baby juice everywhere. When he came to the camera, oh, it was horrific. Baby juice all over the place. Little bits that had come out of his mouth that end up on your settee and places like that. Baby James and his baby juice everywhere, dear. So they came in, and then my sister handed me this bag, and I'd already decided, I thought, oh, I feel a bit peckish now. I need to go back for lunch. And she produced this bag. There you go. And in that bag, oh my God, oh Claire, I don't dare tell you. Little rolls with cheese and onion. Oh, 5 of them, dear. But they're only small, Five little cheese and onion roll type affairs. They were delicious, let me tell you that now. All 4 of them. She nicked one of them. What's the point of giving you a bag of rolls when you have one of them yourself? Outrageous. So we had those. I did a little bit of a muck around with the children in the hairdressers. There's next to my niece's hairdresser. She's got the lease for the whole building, so she rents half of it out. It's only small. When I say a whole building, don't assume it's like a block of flats or a massive pub. It's just a small building. She has one half and someone else has the other half, and they pay her rent for the other half. And then the other half, she does gifts and things like that, and like unusual paintings and little things you'd have on a shelf. You know, the sort of thing. I'll try and get some photos for you. And in that side, the 4 children were in that side, as well as 2 children of unknown origin. I don't know where they came from. They just happened to be in there. You know, probably the children of the lady that runs that. And then I spotted dog bowls in the corner. No, like new dog bowls, like someone had made these and they were for sale. And George, great nephew George, and great niece Emily already think that I eat dog food. Okay, I've managed to convince them that I eat dog food. When I do my stews, it has to be said, sometimes you look in after they've cooled down and it does look like dog food, because you've got the square lumps of corn, which are absolutely delicious, I tell you. So I've done a couple of videos, private videos, to send to my niece recently of me eating this stuff. And they're like, what's that, Chris? I said, dog food, do you want some? And they're like, oh, no. And George says, disgusting. He says, disgusting. So I've spotted these dog food. I said, dog food. And I've dropped on all fours. And I've crawled over to the, like that. Of course, the kids are going mad, aren't they? I love it. And then one of the other kids says to her, I think it was said to Stacey, they said to her, does he really eat dog food or does he just pretend? And Stacey says, he really eats dog food. They are convinced I eat dog food. I love it. So after that little incident, popped back in, had a little chat with my sister. Then I jumped back on my bike and I went back to came back here to the caravan. And I went back along the river route because that's so much nicer, all along the river. It's difficult to, you can't kind of have the camera on the bike because it just shake all the time like that as you're going along. I think there's some sort of gadget you can get from Apple. I think it's called a gimbal. And that's supposed to smooth it out. Whether or not you could attach it to a bike or not, I don't know. But and the other thing is, on this particular bike, it was only 28 quid. I bought it up here. My nephew went and got it for me. 28 quid for this bike. There's no suspension on this one. Now, I didn't think suspension on bikes made much difference. My God, it does. Because the slightest bump, you bang, like that. It's like riding a horse, dear. Riding a horse, not a donkey. You mustn't ride donkeys, especially if you're fat. Don't get on a donkey. Thank you very much. So I came back here, had a sleep, and then I went out for dinner with my nephew. And I'm just about to show you this first video now. We went to an American-themed restaurant, which is quite close to Boston. I can't for the life of me remember. I think it was, that was it. Witham and Blues. W-I-T-H-A-M and Blues. Now, that's the name it said, although it did say something else on a car outside. And the kind of building is split in two. So I think next door might be called Witham and Blues. And this particular place was Pit Stop. Oh, you'll see in the video anyway. So have a little look at this. This is where we had dinner late yesterday afternoon at 5 o'clock. Very tasty as well it was. Afternoon trip, Thursday late afternoon, we went to the Pit Stop dining experience on the River Witham, quite close to Boston. This is outside the restaurant. That's where they put people if they've, no, not if they've done anything bad. That's where they put people if they've got a little bit of a wait inside, because they do get quite busy. My nephew had to book the place because they just can't accept anyone walking in. They get that busy in there. It's not a massive place inside. Here's all the beautiful cars outside. It's like an American themed place. Now, I'm not really up with cars, so I can't tell you what what sort of car it is, whether it's a Ferrari or something like that. One of the old New York Police Department. There's great niece Evie and great nephew Harry on the right there. Love that one. Love that one. Not quite sure what that's called, and the yellow car at the back. I quite like a yellow car, I think. I don't know if Toyota are going to do yellow cars. I suppose I could have one resprayed, couldn't I? And inside we go. It's done out really well. It's very, very clean in there. The staff are all very attentive, and you'll see some of the beautiful things in there. Look at this, look. These are actually seats, okay? These are seats. Behind that face is a seat. There we are, look, seats there. Little, not motorbikes, what are they called? Scooters, aren't they? Front of is that a Cadillac? I think it's a Cadillac, that one. Racing car there. That's where we're sitting. There's my nephew on the left there, Gary. See the back of his head. Harry was very excited by the whole thing. Look at the old car seats there. Evie does like to be in the picture a lot. And at the back there you can see the 2 minis. Proper old school minis, look at those. Going a little bit further down the back there is like a children's play area with a couple of vehicles on there, a bike, and I think that's an old Land Rover, isn't it? I do love an old Defender Land Rover. Oh, our very own Olivia Newton-John, hopelessly devoted to you. And there is John Travolta, Sandy, can't you see I'm a bye. Back inside then, there's the bar area. And that's where you come in and out of the place. A lovely afternoon. And a very nice afternoon. As I say, we got there around about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I think we left around about 7:15. Well, weren't there an awful long time. Lovely place. Bit expensive for the 4 of us. So it was me, my nephew, and the 2 children. That come to £56, which was probably a little bit more expensive than we expected. But it was all right, you know, and highly recommended. After that, went back to my nephew's place. The little girl, should have had the little girl there actually, Olivia. And my nephew's wife as well, but she has a bit of a temperature at the moment. She might have a little bit of a chest infection, so they stayed at home. Then I came back here. I went to my sister's last night on the way home. Came back here and went to bed, and as I say, I got up about 7:15 this morning. Been swimming, and my sister's coming over at some point this morning. I'm not quite sure what time she's going to get here. I would imagine she'll be here soon, so we won't be here for hours and hours. Not that we ever are. Oh, did I turn this phone on here? Right, let's do some of your messages then this morning. Yes, hang on, let's just, hang on. Sorry, I haven't turned this on yet. I should have turned it on. Oh, where's Maureen today? Oh, she's not there. Never mind, Maureen must have gone out somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if people have gone to the beach today. Over on YouTube, good morning to Joanna. Morning, Joanna. Morning, John Parrish. Claire's there. Hello, Claire, who mentions that she likes the rough, unshaved look. I'm going to keep it tonight. I'm going to keep this tonight and see what happens. Maybe this may be the answer to my loneliness. Grow a bit of face fur and see what happens. But we don't want it long like that, do we? I think it's gone past the itchy stage, to be honest. Because, you know, lads, when it starts... I've got a disgusting story for you in a moment. Well, I mean, some of the lads won't think it's disgusting, but I'll read it to you in a minute when I've done the rest. Don't go away. I want to know your opinion of a certain beer that the polls are bringing out. Yes. So I'll leave this for a while, all right? Hello to Vectis. Good morning, Vectis. Good morning to you. It's my early morning swim look. Do you think so? Hello, Ray Reynolds. Welcome along. SOS Gregorian. Ajit, morning. It's 45 degrees where John Paris is this morning. Well, already? I doubt that very. Not this early in the morning. Not unless you're locked in a metal cage somewhere, are you? Or a metal box. Good morning, Shania. Ray Reynolds says, I want a clean-shaving man. Popeye cartoons with olive oil. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Good morning. Danny Gibbs says, dare I say, but you're looking younger lately. I don't know how I do it, Danny. I don't know how I do it. Will you be able to keep your arms off me? That's the question when you come down and visit me in my caravan. You know, especially if you're with your mother. Don't be touching me if you're with your mother. It's very embarrassing. Vectis, what's that noise in the background? Is it your tummy rumbling? No, that's the planes going overhead, Vectis. We got to RAF base near here and they practice flying their little planes everywhere. There was a really loud one. When I was in bed yesterday afternoon for an hour, there was a really loud... I thought it was going to land on the bloody roof of the caravan, dear. It was really loud when it came over. Thank you. Danny likes this look as well. Okay. The thing is, right, I don't like a long beard. I think they're disgusting. A little bit, maybe, but not something down here. Now, how do you do that? I don't know how to do that. Actually, Ronnie, you know, wouldn't he? How do you keep it at this length? Because, you know, obviously if you go, it's gone. How do you keep it at this length? Do I need a new device? Is it time to purchase another gadget? Oh, yes. We like purchasing gadgets. Morning, Kevin Webster. Here we go. Listen. Oh, you can't. Can you hear that one or not? That plane going over? No, it's a bit. Oh, here it comes. Listen. Fabulous. I love it. If you don't like noise, this is not the place to be. Although there's certain noises, as I said on the show the other day, there's certain noises I like and certain noises I don't like. One of the noises I don't like is if I'm sitting here quietly and I can hear people talking. I can't bear it, honestly. Or axle grinders, or you know, that like that when they're sawing up a bit of concrete or something. I hate that noise. Claire says, I panned around your area on Google Maps last night. It's absolutely beautiful. All those lovely canal walks and the little villages to explore as well. Sorry, they're just delivering my wages. And the little villages to explore as well. It's beautiful around here, Claire. It really is stunning. Just go and walk on that. And Danny says, I told you things are a lot more relaxed and chilled up here. Well, apart from the driving on the small roads, they're doing 60 mile an hour on these little country lanes. It's frightening. Frightening. And there's bits where you have to move over. Well, the big lorries don't. They just come towards you. God, I could be squashed by this time tomorrow. No one cares. Look, no one cares. You don't care. Morning, Kelly Kim. In France, Kelly Kim, she says you're required to wear Speedos or tight shorts. They don't like you wearing the baggy ones. My boyfriend was refused entry in his baggy swim shorts. And isn't that weird? Oh, I don't know that. You wouldn't have thought that, would you? Kevin Webster says, I can't swim. Yeah, we can go walking in the water. Danny, you can go walking in the water as well, can't you? I'm walking on the air. La, 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 la. I mean, Jesus did in the Bible. He walked on the water. So you should be able to do so as well, Danny, as you go to church. Kevin, I don't think you go to church. I'm afraid you'll sink. That's how it is, lovey. That's how it is. If you go to church, you will be able to walk on the water, okay? Hello says, you must have prepared a video for us. That would have been fun. I have. And there's another one to come. Don't go away. There's another video yet. I've been very busy last night. When I say I came back here and I went to bed, that's a slight lie. I stayed up and made the 2 videos. Incidentally, I'm sorry that the picture is a bit shaky when I put the videos up. I don't know why that is. I think it's the camera again. I just use literally an iPhone to make my outdoor videos and all that, and I put them together and I upload them. And the iPhone, it's when I went from an iPhone 5S to an 8, I started having problems with that shaking. Actually, my sister might still have the iPhone 5S that I gave her. If she has, I might start doing the videos back on that again, because it's the iPhone 8 is useless. It just judders all the time. Did you notice it? Strange, isn't it? It's not my hand. I haven't got, shaking away. Morning, Paul Mosley in Birmingham. Good morning, Paul, who's giving away free razors. Shall I send you some? No, because there'll probably be those cheap, nasty things from Aldi. Actually, the same ones of what I use. I get Aldi ones. They got the 3 and 5 blade ones there for like £3. There's no way I would pay 10, 15. I've seen razors that are ridiculously expensive. How on earth they get away with charging £15, £20 for a packet of razors, I don't know. But some bods buy them, don't they? Oh, it makes me feel smoother. Who cares if no one's kissing your love? Thank you. I'm going to keep this look tonight. You see what you think later, all right? Vectis, does all the hair on your chin slow you down in the water? Ah, that'd be why. Thank you, Vectis. I did wonder. I thought it was the American food I had last night. Oh, it was lovely. I had a halloumi burger. I do like halloumi cheese. It's nice and salty. I don't add salt to anything at all. So now and again I have a bit halloumi burger and fries and a lovely vanilla milkshake. Oh, that was really a proper milkshake made with ice cream, dear. Very tasty. Kelly, to the millennials, keeping beards and chest and neither region's trim is known as manscaping. Is this manscaping? Is it really? Millennials, dear, we don't talk to them, Kelly Kim. An alarm comes on. If a millennial is trying to watch the show, a little alarm comes, a red light flashes, and I push a button and I disconnect them immediately because whatever I say, they will be offended. I'm offended by that. That's really inappropriate. Good, go away. We don't want you here. Claire. Claire, of course we care. Who would do the karaoke if you didn't turn up? Thank you, Claire, you lovely lady. Morning to Roy Brownlowe. Good morning, Roy. A little bit late. Don't worry about being late, for God's sake. You know, we're never here all on time. We don't stick to a clock here. There's no clock here, I'm afraid. All right? Now and again, we're late. The show, as you know, isn't scheduled for a certain time anyway. It's not. Now, did I miss anything out? 1 minute. I might have missed out the early... Did I miss out an early Facebook message somewhere? Someone's... I've done SOS Gregorian. I've done you, haven't I, SOS Gregorian? Thank you. Kevin says you seem more happy up there. Yeah, well, I've got lots of people around me up here, haven't I? Down in Bracknell, all I've got around me is my best mate, which is lovely. But he's not always there, you know. He's got another half that he wants to spend time with, and he has to go and do his stuff. And it's got to the point where I hardly see him, really, to be honest. But up here, I just jump in the car. I can go to my nephew's work and sit with him there for half an hour. I wouldn't sit longer than half an hour because it stops him working. He stops working when I turn up and starts sitting on stools and talking. You know, he's got toys up there and all. My 21-year-old nephew, he's got this like go-kart thing. It's not a go-kart. What he had was the two-wheel hoverboard thing that I can't stay on. And he's bought something for it. And you strap it on the back, and it's like a go-kart. It's ever so fast. Really difficult to stay on as well, apparently. I haven't had a go at that yet. Good morning, Jerry Green. Welcome to the show, Jerry. Where are we now? Ray Reynolds says, looking at the backdrop, are the immigrant boat people arriving, or is it the Remainers leaving? You're terrible, Ray. It's the Remainers leaving, dear. They're going. Bye. Bye. I can even see the Blue Peter ship from the BBC leaving because they're Remainers as well, aren't they? All of those at the BBC. Thank you, Ray. All right, let's show you another film then, boys and girls. Now, I mentioned that I went to the Kinema. The Kinema for Kinema. Listen, small cinema, okay? The other day. And we went to see the film Mamma Mia. Now, the Kinema is a really old-fashioned place. I'll let the film tell the story. And this is where we were on Wednesday late afternoon. The Kinema in the woods. In the middle of the woods it is. Let's go inside. We actually joined this at the end of part 1. So the film we went to see, Mamma Mia, they split it in two. It suddenly finishes and this bloke comes out of the stage and starts playing tunes on the organ. Fantastic. All the old-fashioned curtains there. Piano on the side as well. Is used presumably at some point. This is the reception area where you go in. Full life-size Dalek there. Lots of people queuing up to buy sweets. You're not overcharged for the sweets. It's not like going to the Odeon. Very reasonably priced sweets and ice creams and teas. Love the lights there. Can you see the lights on the ceiling? Beautiful. And lots of memorabilia you're going to see on the wall. Stars from many, many films. Also some bits and pieces in the cabinet. Look at those old projectors there. wonderful stuff. Ah, Roger Moore, can you see him? Pictures of him there. Mouse, some old records. And you'll see a kiddie's projector thing at the top there. I had something very similar. There it is, top right hand corner. Can you see that? I had something very similar to that. You used to put slides in. All right, the popcorn machine, and I'm just going to show you how busy it was. Oh, he didn't really have much to say for himself, that bloke. Going back inside, as you can see, completely full up for the film. Such a wonderful, old-fashioned place. A real step back in time. He's playing some ABBA. And eventually he disappears. And the film starts. Part 2. The Kinema in the Woods in Woodhall Spa. I recommend. Oh, there's my niece and her daughter. What a lovely little place. Aren't they beautiful, those two sitting there like that? There we are. Sorry, that was getting stuck a little bit, that video there, for some reason. I don't know why. But that's the Kinema in the Woods in Woodhall Spa. A highly recommended visit to that. Okay, right, a couple of stories for you then on this Friday morning. Now, would you drink this? Would you drink this? This is the question I'm asking you today. In the Daily Mail this morning, a Polish beer made from the vaginal lactic acid of hot underwear models, now that's in quotes, has gone on sale. The odd tipple has been launched by a Warsaw brewery named the Order of Yoni. Yoni is the Sanskrit word for vagina. Customers can now buy the beer and taste the essence, again that's in quotes, of the models at various pubs after it premiered on June the 28th in the Polish city of Katowice. The brewery's website tells potential customers, imagine the woman of your dreams, the object of your desire, her charm, her sensuality, her passion. Now you can try how she tastes, feel her smell and hear her voice. Now imagine her giving you a passionate massage and gently whispering anything in your ear you'd like to hear. Now free your fantasies and imagine all that can be encompassed in a bottle of beer. However, one of the first customers who tasted the beer was not impressed, complaining that £5, the beer costs the same as a normal bottle of wine. He said, well, that must be in Poland, not over here. Blimey, £5 for a bottle of wine in a pub? You're having a laugh, ain't you? Where can you do that? Or can you? Maybe, I don't know, because I don't drink, do I? A promotional video shows a large brown bottle with a sticker being peeled back. It shows a model in underwear with her name Pauline written nearby. The label says you are drinking the essence of Pauline. Now, would you drink this? That's my question to you this morning. Would you drink such a thing? The founder of the company described the process by which a gynecologist took smears from their two hot models, Paulina and Monica, and had the lactic acid bacteria isolated in a lab. This isn't really doing it for me, but then I'm gay, so perhaps that's why. The website describes the process ambiguously, explaining the secret of the beer lies in the vagina. Using high-tech microbiological techniques, we isolate, examine and prepare lactic acid bacteria from the vagina of a unique woman. Yes. Amidst concerns about the hygiene implications of the beer, the Order of Yoni reassured customers that the ladies had been totally checked before having the smears and that the scientific process they use to isolate the bacteria removes all potentially unsavoury elements. I mean, would you drink that? Would you drink that? I'm not sure that you would. Let's have a look at what you're saying about that. Oh, nothing. No one's commented on that at all. You're clearly not impressed with that one, are you? Hillel says, suddenly you sound like Shakespeare speaking on the stage. I don't understand Shakespeare, Hillel. I don't know if you do. I mean, we did it at school, English literature. And I went to a very good school, actually, the London Oratory School, which is in Fulham. Really good school it was. And we did Shakespeare as part of our lessons. I couldn't understand a hell what was going on, though. Really. It's just like learning another language. So I'm not into Shakespeare. But thank you. I'll assume that's a compliment, you saying something like that I sound like Shakespeare. Perhaps I should be on a stage somewhere acting or something. I don't know. Vectis, perhaps you should rise up from the floor of your caravan when your show starts. Do you like, perhaps we could do that. I could cut, because the caravan isn't on the ground, is it? It's on like stilts type things or whatever they are, stands. So there would be rooms, Vectis, for me to cut a hole in the floor and rise up, you know, perhaps as the last bit of music is playing. Are you liking the sound of that? Oh dear. Let's have a look there. Rise up from the floor. I think so. So that's that story. I've got one more story for you before we do today's birthdays, boys and girls. You might get a £20 fine in certain parts of the country soon if you're driving. In this morning's Sun, it says drivers increasingly face a £20 on-the-spot fine for leaving their motors running, as new research shows that vehicle emissions are linked to premature deaths. Well, we've known that for years, haven't we? Have we known that for years? That vehicles, I must admit, I keep my windows closed when I get to London. I never, as soon as I get into sort of Richmond or at this end, I think it's Barnet at this side of of London. When I get to Barnet, up go the windows, along goes the air conditioning. It's just, it stinks. It absolutely stinks. Anyway, where's this £20 fine gone? A growing number of councils are cracking down on idling cars, with some residents being asked to report motorists who leave engines running, including giving the number plate details, colour and car models of repeat offenders. So, I mean, I don't know how you do that. I mean, anyone could, you know, if I didn't like mine, unfortunately, I've got great neighbours where I am. If I didn't like my neighbour, I could just keep saying, oh, they're leaving their car running, couldn't they? How would you police something like that? I would say that's quite difficult to do that, wouldn't you? Idling refers to a vehicle's engine running when it's stationary on the road, for example, at a red light or outside a school or residence. Surely they can't expect people... I mean, my car does it automatically. As soon as it stops for a period of time, the engine cuts out. I think most of the modern cars do this now, don't they? But what if you haven't got one of those? Are you expected to just keep turning the damn thing off every time you get to a red light? And what about if you're going like along the Euston Road in London? Because it's all stop-start along there. Do you turn it off every time you stop? Wear your thumb out, wouldn't it? Tick, 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 like that all the time. Nottingham City Council this week became the latest local authority to propose introducing anti-idling messages to cut emissions. Over the past 8 months, councils in Norwich, Wirral, Reading, and the London boroughs of Camden and Southwark have brought in similar measures, the Times reports. The paper suggests that more than 30 councils exercise the powers, often using them to target parents dropping children off outside the school. And I must admit, you know, sometimes, like people waiting for their shopping or something like that, and their car's running around, isn't it? And you think, will you turn that car off, please? Last year, Westminster Council in central London proposed ratcheting the fine up to £80 to anyone leaving their engines running. What do they do? Are they like... Are they like, you know, standing at the side of the road or something like that? Waiting? for cars to not turn their engines off at lights. I don't know how you'd police something like that. Kevin says, I've got a kidney stone, been in a lot of pain. And what are they going to do? Chemicals or blast? Sorry, medicine or blast that? I think they can blast that. I mean, you don't know it's been blasted. They point something at it in your tummy and turn something on. I don't know exactly how it works. I'm not a doctor. You won't be seeing me appear. You need Jack Naylor to deal with you, Kevin. Jack Naylor. Jack Naylor, who's on Holby City, all right? Joanna wouldn't drink it. No, neither would I, Joanna. Perhaps they could bring a pint out for the gay boys like me, you know, a new drink out, where it would be, you know, you could make the beer or something like that, and then get what you'll say, young footballers to lift their arms after go and dribble it into the beer. I think I might like some of that, but not the women one. I think that's going a little bit too far, don't you? Honestly, the stuff they come out with now, don't they, Angela? Awful. Bizarre food item. One more story in the Daily Mirror this morning. Thankfully, funnily enough, you should appear now, Angela, because we're going to talk spiders. Something that Australia is well known for, spiders. In the Daily Mirror this morning, it says, thankfully, in the UK, we don't have to deal with potentially deadly spiders like our friends in Australia. But even though we might not have to check our shoes for funnel webs and redbacks, that doesn't mean we want to welcome those hairy, beady-eyed, creepy crawlies into our home. We certainly don't, dear. We don't like spiders. Don't like them. Summer is just not the ideal time if you don't like spiders, although spiders don't necessarily prefer our houses to the outdoors. The heat draws them inside as they seek cooler climes. And us keeping our windows and doors ajar to stay cool seems like an open invite. Yeah, come in here, come in here. There was a spider on Ken and Elaine's caravan, 2 caravans down yesterday, quite a big one. She said, oh, it's nothing to the one that crawled across the veranda the other night. It was massive. And we leave the doors open. Oh, come in, yeah, come in, spiders. Fortunately, it says, now I didn't know this, there's an, can you just imagine having spider wallpaper? Oh, that's creepy, isn't it? Like, so you'd have the wallpaper and there'd be lots of pictures of little spiders on it. I wouldn't like that. Put it in your bedroom. How about, here, have a bit of fun with your children, ladies and gentlemen. When they go off to school in the summer, before they get back in, redecorate their bedrooms in spider wallpaper. And then see their faces when they come back from school. It says, fortunately, there's an unlikely ingredient that spiders despise that you can use to keep them away. Apparently, a simple essential oil completely puts them off coming inside our houses that doesn't involve any poison. And I've got to tell you, there are certain spiders I can pick up. You know, the ones with the tiny little pinhead bodies and the long legs. I'll put my hand up, I'll be quite happily pick that up like that and put it outside. I do not like killing spiders. But if their bodies are fat and they look like they might have teeth, I'm sorry, it has to go up the hoover. They must be executed. I have executed spiders this year. I'm not proud of that. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I'm not proud of killing the spiders, but they look like they might eat me. GoodToKnow.com says that peppermint oil is like a repellent for spiders. They absolutely hate it and will avoid it at all costs. All you need to do is grab a spray bottle of peppermint oil, grab a spray bottle, put a few drops of peppermint oil in and spray liberally around the house, particularly at potential entry points. Do you know your potential entry points? That is my question to you today. Huh? What are your potential entry points? Yes. It'll be trial and error at first, but apparently it should keep them at bay. Make sure you dust and vacuum away any cobwebs that may be hiding there first. Another tactic you can try is to avoid certain colours that attract the spiders. Scientists used to think that spiders don't see colour, but according to a new study, it turns out they do, and their favourite colour is green. They love green. So avoid green at all costs. There you are. Little spider advice for you there. I've also heard a few people have mentioned to me conkers, you know, horse chestnuts. If you put them around the house, they're supposed to not like those as well. Whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. But peppermint oil, now remember that one. I should be straight down to the... where'd you get that from? Is that from the chemist or the supermarket? I don't know, actually. Need to find peppermint oil now. Deborah says, you look really well, Chris. What's the secret? Semi-retirement, Deborah. I work 3 days a week. That's all I want to work now anyway. I had a lot of trouble with work. Not at the places I was at. I was mucked around a lot, Deborah. Going back from last September right the way through until sort of June, I think it was. Jobs kept nearly starting and they never started. This happened about 12 times, 10, 12 times altogether. And I got really fed up. And but I was bored. So I bought a caravan, and I'm up in Lincolnshire at the moment to be nearer to my sister and her family. And so far, so good. You know, I don't know what it will be like when it gets cold. I don't know how warm this caravan will be. My neighbours actually, because I haven't got central heating in here. I've got some electric heating and there's a gas fire. And she said, don't put the central heating in yet. She said, wait till you see how it is, because we've been in your caravan when the people before me were here, or two before me. We've been in the caravan. She said, and it's a warm caravan you've got. So I don't know. I don't know what it will be like in the colder months. It's only, obviously, if it's snowing, I probably won't come up, you know, or something like that. But that's the secret. Cut down on your work, Deborah. My mate's been telling me to do it for years, and I have tried. I tried to cut down on the work at one point. On several occasions, but I just found myself not knowing what to do with myself at night time. Well, now I've got this. That's the answer. So that's the answer. There's a little bit more of a longer drive on my way in. It'd take me tonight about 3 hours and 20 minutes to get to work tonight. Central Station for the karaoke. That's at 8:30 tonight. But that's okay. That's fine. You know, because I don't do that long drive now 4 days a week. At one point, I was doing it 7 days a week. 7 days a week. And I now sit in the London traffic going to work once. I only do it now on a Monday. Because that's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare going from Bracknell to King's Cross to get there for 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. It takes 2 hours. I kid you not, it takes 2 hours and it's a nightmare. Well, I only do that once a week now. I was doing it, the 2 hour job I was doing 4 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday. Well, I only do it once now. See, I do it on the Monday from Bracknell there, but not on the Friday because I come down here. Now, although this is a longer journey, 3 hours, 20 minutes instead of 2 hours going across, I'm moving all the time. The only bit of traffic you get to, I think it's Barnet, where the A1 crosses the A405. That bit there, you can get a bit of traffic there, but it's nowhere near as bad as going from West London to North London. It's nowhere near as bad, that. I think that is the secret, all right. Roy. Roy says, on the subject of the kidney stone thing, you do feel it when they use sound treatment for kidney stones. I had to have an op through. Oh, did you really? Through his willy to remove his. Oh, are you asleep when that happens, or is it painful or uncomfortable to have something? Is that because they were so big? I didn't realise it could, you know, the end of it would open up so much to pull a stone out. But I mean, when they say kidney stones, they're not like this. They're not like blooming boulders that you see on the beach. Does that hurt, or is it more just discomfort, Roy? Be interested to know. Andy, hello. On the beer topic, I've seen beer made by elephant poo. The elephants are given coffee beans to eat. When it comes out the other end, they take the beans and turn it into beer. Oh, God's sake. What is wrong with people to drink this stuff? I know there's also a coffee made from some monkeys or something like that, isn't there? Where they eat certain stuff and then they make coffee out of their poo. Awful. Just awful. Deborah says I look amazing. I don't know if I still look amazing, mate. I look the same as I did in the 90s. I wish it was the 90s, Deborah. I fell out of love with the DJing a few years ago, to be honest. I would say probably about 5, 6, even 7 years ago now. But people told me to keep it going, and I did, and I did, and I did, and I kept it going. And then I was left with a couple of DJ jobs. But I love doing karaoke, Deborah. So I'm lucky. I wanted to transfer from DJing to karaoke, and gradually I did it. And then what broke the camel's back was last year, a place in Clapham I was working at, and the governor called us in and said, and I was working till 2 o'clock on that night. Now, every other night I was working 11:30. I'll tell you, my times in the week were 12, 11:30, 12, 10:30, 2 a.m, 12 and 12. So the 2 a.m. was at the Clapham place. That was like a sore thumb to me. You know, I was used to finishing at 12, so going to 2 o'clock, you're getting tired. Anyway, the governor called us in and said, look, we want to try going till 3 o'clock. And I said, oh, no, that's it. I'm done now. Thank you very much. And then that was it. And I was ready to give up the DJing. It's funny, I talked to Ray Reynolds, used to be a DJ as well, and he knew when it was time to come out, as in did a bloke called Norman Scott. I don't know if you know Norman Scott. He's going way back now. He's still around. He used to be a Heaven DJ, and he met some wonderful people. The Beatles, among Stevie Wonder. He's met them all. Norman Scott's met them all. Wonderful. And he's a lovely, gentle man, and he was big-time DJ, and he knew when it was time to stop. You need to know when it's time to stop, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. And I sit here now, so that's just coming up to a year ago. Do I miss it? I tell you what I miss, Deb. I miss what we had in the 90s. That's what I miss. I miss what we had in the 90s. But you see, that's gone. You can't bring it back. The music of today is nothing like what we had. You know, waving arms in the air and all that. No, now it's about... I hear so many people just taking photographs of themselves all the time rather than having a good time. It's very, very different. It's really different, and I miss what we had. So if I was to decide to go back to DJing now, it wouldn't be that. It would be something else which I probably don't like. So no, it was time to finish, and I don't miss it at all. I love doing my karaoke. I love it. I love the interaction with people, which we had, didn't we? We had the interaction with people in the 90s. Well, you still get that with karaoke, as long as you don't have too many professional singers. You know what I mean, Deborah? Professional karaoke singers, those that come up on the stage and they think they're the bee's knees, dear. Well, I don't think I'm the bee's knees karaoke host, let me tell you that. What on earth makes you think you're the best singer in here? You know what I mean? Those sort of people. But most people, certainly most people who come to the Central Station, they come to have a laugh. They come to have a little bit of a sing on the stage. They know they're not professional singers. And we have a laugh. I'm not... Have you heard me? Christ, I've done some bad songs recently, I tell you. I did... what's been happening is I've been starting in the wrong keys, I think, because I haven't... I changed computers, and then when I put the karaoke program on the new computer, it doesn't remember all the settings, so you have to start again. And if your name is in there, and whatever song you've sung, it keeps your settings. So if you've told me to go up 2 keys, and you've sung that song before, I've already got that in the system. So when I changed, so everything that I had the keys set for me, I didn't have. And I sang Could It Be Magic the other day, completely the wrong key. I couldn't get to the high notes. But who cares? Because it's just karaoke, and it's all about having a laugh. It's true, Deborah. It's absolutely true. I miss what we had in the 90s. And the end of the 80s, to be fair. Sort of from 1984 right up to Well, I was at Evan 2003. I think my best DJing time was probably 1984 through till 2009. After that, I should have stopped at 2009. I stopped at 2017. I do a little bit of DJing on a Saturday night, but it's more hosting. That's at Central Station as well. That's the only place I work now, Central Station, on a Monday and Friday doing karaoke, and Saturday I do a little bit of hosting, a little bit of DJing, but mainly it's working the sound for our wonderful cabaret artists that we have on there. So I've still got my finger in there, but I would love to be able to turn the clock back and go back to say 1994. I'll be playing. Remember How Do I Live Without You? Leanne Rimes, the dance mix of that. And do you remember Mystery? Do you remember Mystery that I used to play on a Saturday night? Let me see if I can find it for you on my system here. I can now play you music. I'm not allowed to play you whole tracks because that's I'll be cut off on the copyright thing. Let me see if I can find that for you. See if you remember that. And I have these songs on in the car a lot of the time. Where's my music folder gone? Ooh, I can't find my music folder on here now. That's strange. Come on, where are your music? Is it Users music? Let's try it. Oh, hang on, I just saw it then. There's music. I just saw it then. How do I get back up there? It's all a mystery for me, these computers, dear. There were two songs in particular. Mystery. You tell me what your songs were, Deborah. I'd love to know, Deborah. What were your songs of the 90s that I used to play at the Black Cat on Saturday nights? What were they? The two that stick in my mind are Regina, Day by Day. Believe it or not, yeah, Regina. Not Regina Fong, Regina. And the other one was... Oh, now, where are they? Hang on a minute, I can't even find... Where's my mixing tunes on here? They're not there. Oh, that's very strange. 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s. My mixing tunes aren't... Oh, I can't play it. What a shame. Let me just do a search for it. Where's that search box? Search for files and folders. Mix. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment, please. Mixing. Ooh. Oh, I might have it. Hang on a minute. What's his name? Gatto, someone or other, I think. Gatto. Oh, it's on the E drive, is it? Oh, I'm looking on the wrong place. Let's try it. Mystery. I've got to find this for you. I want to see if you remember it. There it is, Mystery. Mystery. Here we go. Let's give this a go. See if you remember this, Deborah. Right, here we go. Let's move that along a bit. Here you go, Deborah. Here you are. Do you remember that or not? You can find that on YouTube. It's Mato Grosso, MATOGROSSO, and it's called Mystery. Mato Grosso and Mystery, okay? So that's one, and the other one was Day by Day. Let's see if I can find that one as well. Now, who was that by? Day by Day. Oh, that's not so easy to find, I don't think. Oh, there it is. Regina, Day by Day. Right, here it comes. We go along a bit. Here we go. Wait for the chorus, wait for the chorus. Ready? Here we go, here we go. I wanna live for my life, day by day. I wanna live every day, as my last. I wanna live for my life, day by day. Isn't that great? Do you remember that one? Again, that one's, if you want to look that one up on the YouTube, that's on there as well. It's called Regina and Day by Day. They are the two songs, to me, that I remember my Saturday nights DJing at the Black Cap. Those two particular songs. Let's see what we say about that. Thank you, Deb, for your kind words there. On the subject of the kidney stone removal, Roy says it was uncomfortable. They sent a laser down, and weeks later, they pull out the 9-inch stent. Feels like urinating backwards. Oh my word! Oh my word! Oh, it's hurting me just thinking about it. That is. Kevin says, "You remember Blue Boy? Remember me?" Do you want to try that again? No, don't remember Blue Boy. Remember me? Don't know that one. Yeah. Deborah remembers that. I knew you would. It wasn't a popular song. In chart-wise, I don't think it even entered the charts. But I used to play that every Saturday night. I loved it. Roy says he used to spend years working 8 till 2 in some clubs. Do you do 6 a.m. now? You finish at 6? Oh, my word. Do you remember Mouse Stripper Chris? No. Don't remember Mouse Stripper Chris. Sick tunes. That's what they are, Vectis. Sick tunes. That's the sort of stuff you should be playing on your show, Vectis. Mystery by Mato Grosso. And it was just happy music. Arms in the air, dancing all off our head. Oh, sorry. In the 90s. I had a fantastic time as a DJ in the 90s. I wouldn't wanted to have done anything else. Honestly. I wouldn't have wanted to do anything else other than DJing. And my favourite place to DJ was the Black Cap. Absolutely. The Black Cat. It's not a bad gig, is it? 18 years. Out of those 18, 12 were good. 12 were good. And then really, once you've had those 12 years, then it goes off. And at that point, it's time to move on. But I didn't. I hung around for another 4 years, and I should have gone at 12, really. After I wasn't really happy. There was a certain manager who came in and just started changing things, and then it's time to go, because you can't go against someone. It's just how it is. All right, good. My type of music. Me too, Kevin. Me too, Kevin. You definitely got to play that sort of thing on your show. All right, Mato Grosso, Mystery. Let's do today's birthdays, which I haven't got ready. How unprofessional. I don't think Maureen's with us this morning. I'm surprised. Maureen usually sends us a little text in. There's nothing come from Maureen. Oh, hang on, it says no service here. Or maybe she has. She is. I haven't got any service. Why is that not working? No service. How strange and mysterious. That's usually working all right. Oh, Maureen. I'll tell you what. While I'm sorting the birthdays out, Maureen. Now, why is that not working then? It was all right earlier. Let's turn this off and turn it on again and see if that sorts it. Sorry, Maureen. If you've sent a message in, it hasn't got to me. It does say no service off there. It won't come on now. Let's try turning it on. And I'll do how many birthdays? Oh, we've only got 5. We've got 5 birthdays today. Let's have a little look here. 1, 2, 3 birthdays. Is that 3? 1, 2, 3, 4 birthdays? I don't know. I can't count. Happy birthday today to Iyes. Iyes, Iyes, baby. Bum 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 bum. Iyes, Iyes, baby, who is today 46 years old. Good morning, Iyes. I haven't seen you for some time. Happy birthday. Hope you're having a nice birthday. Whatever you're doing, my love. Okay. Happy birthday today to Tom Wallace. Good morning, Tom. Happy birthday to you. Will McIntyre in sunny Australia. A lovely chap who I worked with at Belushi's in London Bridge under the auspices of the great Victoria Pearson. Happy birthday, Will. Hope you're doing well there over in your home country. And Richard Appleton Jones' birthday as well on this Friday. So happy birthday to you all. Here comes the song.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
All right. Happy birthday to you all, boys and girls. Well, I think this is on now. Here it is. I thought you would have been there, Maureen. Yeah, I've got your message now, darling. I'm sorry about that. She sent this 45 minutes ago. That's shocking, isn't it? Good morning, Chris. I'm here watching you so good morning to you too, Maureen. It's only just started working. Maybe it's because it was over there, because I don't usually have it over here. I'll put that back down there and see if the signal disappears, because it's a little bit weak around here. I'm very lucky to be on the 3 network, But I have to put the phone. The whole show comes to you wirelessly. It does. I'm tethering to the phone, which is on the window at the front end of the caravan. You see, I leave it there. It's actually pointing. It looks like I've got the camera out the window. I hope the people in the other caravan would probably think I'm spying on them or something like that, wouldn't they? Kevin says, I love the black cap. A shame it's gone. It is an enormous shame it's gone. It really is. But what can you do? You know, these things happen. And Roy says, Mouse Stripper is a song. Mouse Stripper in a go-go bar. Oh, yeah, Mouse Stripper. I hate it. I hate it. Roy, were you ever a mixing DJ? Did all that fancy mixing and scratching? I was a mixing DJ, yes, but I didn't do scratching. I beat matched from one song to another. First of all on records, and then on CDs, and then eventually onto MP3s. I used PC DJ. I used PC DJ to do my mixing. But I simply went from one record to another, beat matched. I didn't do any scratching or any loops or anything like that. So yes, I was a mixing DJ as well. As in, go in, you don't talk, you play the music for 4 hours, and then you go home again. Yeah. All right, well, that's it for the show today. Thanks very much, gang. I don't think I've got a poster on here, have I? No. I haven't got a poster on here for the karaoke, but tonight, if you're around in the North London area, you can join us for karaoke at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. It starts at 8:30 and goes through until midnight. Be nice to see you down there. Come and say hello if you are. All right, Central Station, Friday night karaoke tonight at Central Station in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, starting at 8:30 and finishing at midnight. Enjoy your Friday, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.